Sometimes, things happen in life that are very surprising and unexpected. This is what happened to a normal African American family. Ben and Angela, who are married, have chosen to go live in England for some time. They already had 2 kids but wanted to have one more. Angela had a smooth and worry-free pregnancy. But, when their daughter finally came into the world, everyone was very surprised, including the doctors and the parents. The family had a 3rd child in 2010 who was very different. People were shocked because her skin was white and she had blonde hair. Even though her parents were African Americans, Ben never thought that his wife could have a baby with someone else. Especially since the baby would have a different race and wouldn't look as pale. Worried parents quickly took their daughter to see the doctors. Luckily, they were told that the child's different looks, which did not match their ethnicity, were caused by a change in genes that did not harm the girl's health at all. Right now, the girl is already 10 years old. She is growing up in a family that loves her and takes care of her. Oh, and just so you know, her face looks like her dad's. This genetic change is not common but can still happen in African Americans. 10 years ago, a woman made a life-changing decision that would have an extraordinary impact on her life and the lives of 3 black children. Little did she know that this choice would lead to the most remarkable manifestation of gratitude imaginable. This is the inspiring story of Aaliyah Robinson. A journey that will truly inspire and touch your heart. Aaliyah's journey began when she entered the world as a baby born to a mother who was addicted to drugs. As a result, she was placed in the custody of the state, and much of her youth was spent being shuffled from one foster home to another. For the first 4 years of her life, Aaliyah experienced the pain of constantly moving, watching as her close friends found permanent homes, while she was left alone time and time again. These experiences left her grappling with feelings of unworthiness and abandonment. Fortunately, Aaliyah had 2 younger siblings who provided some solace amidst her pain. Being 2 and 3 years old, they looked up to Aaliyah as their caretaker. She would dress them every day and offer them endless cuddles to make them feel warm and safe. To her siblings, Aaliyah was a bright light in a dark place. At the age of 4, Aaliyah's life took a turn for the better. She, along with her 2 younger siblings, was adopted by Misty Robinson, her forever mom. Misty was overjoyed to adopt these 3 beautiful children and finally give them the love they deserved. She saw something special in all of them, and firmly believed that every child deserved a loving family. When Aaliyah and her siblings arrived at Misty's home, they went through a period of transition and adjustment. However, with time, they became a happy family. It was during this transition period that Aaliyah realized something remarkable. While she had been placed with a foster parent who had given her toys and gifts, her younger brother had nothing when they moved into their new home. This prompted Aaliyah to gather a few items for him. And in that moment, she knew she wanted to help other foster children who might be in similar situations. One day, while attending a garage sale with her mother and younger brother, Aaliyah witnessed people generously giving away their belongings for a good cause. This experience sparked an idea in her mind. Inspired by the kindness and compassion she saw, Aaliyah decided to make a difference. Determined to help other foster children, she came up with a plan to organize a lemonade stand. On a hot summer day in Sulphur, Oklahoma, Aaliyah and her family stumbled upon a group of teenagers selling lemonade. The sight of these young entrepreneurs ignited a spark within her. She saw an opportunity to channel this entrepreneurial spirit into something meaningful and impactful. Aaliyah decided to create her own lemonade stand, with the intention of raising funds and collecting donations for foster children in need. With unwavering determination and the support of her family, Aliyah set up her lemonade stand. The local community rallied behind her cause. And the response was overwhelming. People flocked to the stand, eager to support Aliyah's mission. News of her remarkable efforts spread like wildfire, capturing the hearts of many. As word spread, donations poured in from all corners of the community. People began donating not just money, but also essential items like clothing, toys, and books for foster children. Aliyah's lemonade stand became a symbol of hope, compassion, and the power of a single person's dedication to making a difference. The impact of Aliyah's initiative went far beyond the lemonade stand. It sparked conversations about the importance of supporting foster children and the incredible resilience they possess. Aliyah's story touched the lives of many, inspiring others to take action and create positive change within their own communities. Today, Aliyah continues to advocate for foster children, using her platform to raise awareness and bring attention to the challenges they face. She has become an inspiration to others, a shining example of how one person's decision to make a difference can lead to an extraordinary manifestation of gratitude. Aliyah Robinson's story serves as a reminder that love, compassion, and the willingness to help others can create a ripple effect that transforms lives. Her journey from a troubled past to a beacon of hope is a testament to the transformative power of love and the indomitable spirit of the human heart. But this was not an ordinary lemonade stand, and they had put their hearts and souls into their operation. Aliyah's mother bought some lemonade from the group, and at that moment, something sparked inside the girl. She knew she had to do something to help others too. With her mother's consent and her grandparents' help, Aliyah set up her own lemonade stand. The sun beat down on her as she poured lemonade into cups, her hands trembling with excitement and nerves. Aliyah felt her heart pounding as she set up her lemonade stand for the very first time. She had spent countless hours preparing for this moment, making sure everything was perfect. But as soon as the first customer arrived, she knew she had nothing to worry about. With a big smile, Aliyah greeted each person who came by, excitedly pouring cups of icy cold lemonade. As the coins began to pile up in her jar, her nervousness turned to pure joy. By the end of the day, she had raised an impressive $132. An amazing feat for a young girl. But Aliyah wasn't just proud of herself. She was eager to use her earnings to make a difference. She used the money to buy teddy bears for herself. But she also wanted to give back to the community. Every child who visited her stand received a Bible and a toothbrush. Small gestures that meant the world to them, and made Aliyah's heart swell with pride and happiness. Providing this service and offering these gifts to others was the biggest source of joy and pride for Aliyah. She was happy with her impact, but she still wanted to do more. She decided to do some research and shop around to see how she could make these donations even better. And this is how Aliyah Robinson was able to create what she calls love packages for foster children. These backpacks, which cost around $10 each, include a warm blanket, a cuddly stuffed bear, a Bible, as well as a toothbrush and toothpaste. Though she has already given away over 300 backpacks, the number of children in the U.S. foster care system, which stands at over 400,000, means she still has a long way to go. Aliyah's fundraising efforts have been nothing short of incredible. With the help of her GoFundMe page, she has already raised over $6,000 in donations, a feat that has left her and her family overwhelmed with gratitude. And it doesn't stop there. Aliyah's lemonade stand has gained national attention, with her inspiring story being viewed over 1.3 million times on YouTube. The attention has also caught the eye of prominent figures, including Ellen DeGeneres and Usher. Both celebrities expressed their support for Leia and her endeavors. When Usher reached out to her on Facebook, referring to her as a superhero, it was a moment filled with pure excitement and joy for the young girl. Leia's hard work and dedication have truly paid off, and her actions have made a significant impact on the community. The incredible response to Leia's lemonade stand has left Leia and her family in awe. The love and support they have received from people all over the country have been nothing short of remarkable. Leia's journey has been one of triumph over adversity, and the fact that so many people have rallied around her is a testament to the power of love and generosity. Donations of lemonades, toys and supplies have poured in, each gift received with gratefulness and wonder. One kind-hearted individual even went above and beyond, surprising Leia with a Barbie Jeep she had been dreaming of. The support has been overwhelming, and it is clear that Leia's message of kindness and generosity has touched the hearts of people across the nation. Leia's mother beams with pride as she witnesses her daughter's mission unfold. The outpouring of support from strangers has been overwhelming, and their small home can hardly contain the countless donations and gifts that have arrived. However, what truly sets Leia apart is her unwavering commitment to helping others. Despite the overwhelming attention and generosity, she remains humble and focused on the cause. It is evident that Leia's difficult childhood experiences have taught her the true value of giving to those in need. She recognizes that material possessions hold little meaning compared to the joy of making a difference in someone's life. Leia has been able to pass on her wisdom to her younger siblings, who have now become wonderful individuals that also embrace the act of caring and supporting others. Together, these three children have repaid their adoptive mother's kindness in the most beautiful of ways. Leia's mother had not realized that her actions and choices would create a ripple effect in the world. By adopting these children in need, she showed compassion and love. This act of kindness multiplied when her children grew up to be generous and compassionate individuals who also desired to help others. 10 years later, they have given her the ultimate gift. They have grown into beautiful people who genuinely care about others and give back to the world in any way they can. Isn't that the best thing we can hope for when raising children in this world? For Leia's mother and her family, it is a testament to the love and values they have instilled, and they couldn't be prouder. They are filled with happiness and lead a life dedicated to performing good deeds. The story of Leia and her lemonade stand is not only heartwarming, but also serves as a poignant reminder of the significance of caring for others in a world where selfishness and individualism often prevail. Leia's selfless acts of kindness serve as a testament to our ability to make a positive difference in the lives of others. This inspiring and heartwarming story resonates deeply, and it would be incredibly gratifying if our children reciprocated our kindness by spreading even more kindness to others. Please share your thoughts on this in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time. A young African-American girl finds herself unexpectedly pregnant, and the identity of the father remains a mystery. The situation takes place in a seemingly ordinary hospital, where a shocking scene unfolds. The girl, who appears to be only 13 years old, goes into labor and is accompanied by a man named Jim Hernandez, who is twice her age. The hospital staff and visitors are horrified by the circumstances, believing it to be a case of abuse. However, as the story unfolds, they realize that things are not as they initially appeared. Within the bustling walls of the Metropolitan Hospital, Carla, a seemingly underage girl, enters the hospital entrance. Her face pale and covered in sweat, displaying the agony of labor pains. She clings to her swollen belly, relying on the support of a young Latino man named Jim Hernandez. Despite his calm exterior, Jim's anxious eyes reveal his concern as they navigate the labyrinthine corridors leading to the maternity ward. At first glance, Carla appears no older than 13, which intensifies the shock among the hospital staff. Some onlookers are stunned, while others frown disapprovingly. However, they swiftly set aside their initial shock and provide immediate medical attention. Nurses hurriedly rush Carla into an operating room, and a composed doctor quickly prepares for the procedure, donning his scrubs. Amidst the commotion, bystanders within the hospital, a mix of patients and their relatives, cannot help but witness the unfolding spectacle. Rumors start circulating and accusations soon follow. Jim, still bewildered by the rapid sequence of events, finds himself at the center of the brewing storm. In their outrage, the spectators mistake Jim's stoic demeanor for guilt, expressing their hostility and disgust. Their accusing eyes and pointing fingers deem Jim as responsible for Carla's premature motherhood, treating him as though he were on trial. Trapped in their own assumptions, the spectators perceive Jim as the villain, despite his innocent intentions. Each hissed word and pointed stare feels like a stone thrown at Jim. But he stands strong, almost defiant, in his silence. His youthful face furrows with a mix of frustration and worry, as lines etch themselves into his brow. His protective instinct emerges, a quiet roar echoing in his chest. However, his resolve is not for himself but for Carla. He stands his ground, staring back at the accusing eyes. An innocent man trapped in a story woven by misconceptions and hasty judgments. Meanwhile, behind the closed doors of the operating room, the hospital staff moves with well-choreographed urgency, working tirelessly to ensure Carla's safety, as well as that of her unborn child. Unbeknownst to them, outside the hospital, tensions rise. The palpable tension and undercurrent of resentment towards Jim linger in the still air, while the truth of the situation remains concealed. Spectators are captivated by a theatrical performance where Jim is cast as the scapegoat and Carla as the unsuspecting victim. The scene shifts to a delivery room, where organized chaos fills the sterile space, contrasting sharply with the imminent rawness of life. Despite her youthful appearance, Carla displays remarkable courage and determination as she endures the waves of contractions coursing through her body. Dr. Bennett, a seasoned obstetrician with silver hair and weathered hands, guides Carla through her labor. Battling conflicting emotions within himself, his professional duty to ensure the well-being of his patient clashes with personal feelings of anger and indignation, as his conscience demands justice for what he perceives as the abuse of a child. Nonetheless, the doctor within him remains focused on the safe delivery of the baby, prioritizing the health of both mother and child. With each contraction, Carla's grip on Jim's hand tightens, her nails digging into his skin. Despite the accusations leveled against him, Jim remains unwavering by her side, his brow furrowed with concern as he whispers words of encouragement. He becomes her steadfast support amidst the storm of deep breaths, painful groans and encouragement from the medical staff. Finally, the time arrives, and with one last push, a small cry pierces the tense atmosphere, announcing the arrival of a new life, a healthy baby boy. Placed gently on Carla's chest, the newborn, with delicate pink skin and tightly shut eyes, is named Robin, symbolizing a fresh start. Jim and Carla lock eyes over their newborn son, a bundle of joy wrapped in soft blue. The air thickens with raw emotions as joy, relief, and profound love envelop the couple. However, the bubble of happiness bursts almost as quickly as it formed. Dr. Bennett, having ensured the well-being of mother and child, steps away with a grave expression to address the looming concern. He approaches Jim, carefully choosing his words, yet unflinching in their delivery. Informing him of the hospital's suspicion of abuse and their obligation to report it. The joy that once sparkled in Jim's eyes is replaced by a look of quiet despair. He turns to Carla, their son nestled in her arms. Their moment of pure joy tarnished by an accusatory cloud. Carla's wide eyes meet his, mirroring the shock and confusion he feels. In the midst of their loving bubble, now pricked by the needle of accusation, they hold their newborn son a little closer. Their world, which moments ago had been filled with joy at Robin's birth, now seems to teeter on the brink of an abyss. With the chillingly clinical declaration from the doctor, Jim is forcibly separated from Carla and their newborn son when hospital security responds to the escalating situation. The security escorts him from the peaceful delivery room to the chaotic waiting area. The gathered crowd, fueled by a mixture of disgust and anger, parts like a stormy sea as Jim arrives. What was once a moment of profound joy for him now becomes the center of a furious storm, with angry accusations hurled at him. Despite his pleas of innocence, his words are drowned out by the thunderous chorus of judgment. Tempers flare and some spectators even make threatening gestures towards Jim, their anger evident in their clenched fists and wrathful gazes. Each pair of eyes seems to pin him down like a butterfly under a microscope, as he becomes a symbol of society's revulsion. In the delivery room, Carla, weakened from the exertion of childbirth and the sudden departure of Jim, is left distraught. However, Jim's reassurance echoes in her ears, providing a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. She clings to their newborn son, finding strength in him as a tangible representation of their shared love. Just as the wave of anger seems poised to crash over Jim, a commanding voice slices through the chaos, silencing the crowd. A woman with steel-gray hair and fire in her eyes steps forward, radiating authority and determination. Claiming to be Carla's mother, she becomes a protective barrier for Jim, her stern gaze challenging anyone who dares to continue the assault on him. Her words are imbued with the power of a mother's love and concern. Echoing through the waiting area, the woman confirms Jim's innocence and explains the unfortunate misinterpretation of Carla's physical appearance that has led to this debacle. The crowd, momentarily cooled by her intervention, exchanges glances, their expressions shifting from revulsion to confusion. The tension in the air becomes palpable. Yet the would-be assailants step back, their defiance withering under the woman's fierce protectiveness. Inside the delivery room, news of the intervention reaches Carla and she breathes a sigh of relief. Her heart remains heavy, but there is hope. She gazes down at her son, Raman, his tiny form a symbol of the storm that is yet to pass, but also a glimmer of possibility for a brighter future. She whispers a promise to her son and herself that everything will be sorted out soon. Clinging on to Jim's earlier reassurances, she braces herself for the challenges that lie ahead. Meanwhile, the doctor, a seasoned professional but shaken by the situation, calls for a private conversation with Carla's mother. In a sterile conference room, they face a difficult moment filled with uncertainty and an urgent need for clarity. The closed doors muffle the noise from outside as they work towards understanding and resolution. He extends an invitation to Carla's mother, who complies, emanating a silent strength despite the chaotic surroundings. With measured but strained voice, he starts unveiling the observations he made during Carla's delivery. Despite her childlike appearance, Carla's body revealed a paradox, an anatomy of a fully mature woman beneath her youthful facade. He presents the medical evidence before her, as if Carla's physical growth had been frozen in time, concealing her true age behind her youthful looks. Carla's mother absorbs his words, her expression unreadable. A suspended moment passes before she breaks her silence. Speaking calmly and almost serenely amidst the turmoil. She confirms the doctor's findings, revealing that Carla is, in fact, 21 years old. A young woman afflicted with a rare hormonal condition that halted her normal aging process. Taken aback, the doctor's initial shock gives way to understanding. The pieces of the puzzle fall into place. Carla's condition had caused confusion and baseless accusations, leading him astray with his judgment clouded by the perceived violation of a child's innocence. But this revelation unravels the misunderstanding, unveiling a vastly different story. Carla's mother's revelation not only exemplifies the predicament, but also paints a portrait of a young woman trapped in an unusual circumstance. Carla had lived her life not as a young girl, but as a woman confined within a body that refused to mature alongside her. She had experienced love not as a child, but as a woman capable of comprehending and nurturing relationships. The doctor feels a newfound respect for Carla. She had not only endured the physical challenges of her condition, but also faced society's harsh judgment. He realizes that it falls upon him to correct the misconceptions, to set the story straight and to absolve Jim of any blame. The conversation with Carla's mother, initially daunting, turns out to be an enlightening encounter, preparing him to bring comfort and truth to the misled crowd. Armed with the truth, the doctor takes center stage, facing a formidable audience whose eyes still brim with anger and suspicion. He braces himself, burdened by the weight of the truth, but knowing it is time to shatter the misconceptions, absolve the blameless Jim entangled in the scandal, and shed light on Carla's unique condition. He begins to speak, his voice steady, firm and commanding, capturing the room's attention. He begins by presenting the medical facts, outlining the discoveries made during Carla's delivery. He explains the discrepancy between her physical age and appearance, sharing the revelation that Carla is a 21-year-old woman, trapped in the body of a 13-year-old girl due to a rare hormonal condition. The crowd listens in stunned silence as they absorb this information. Their initial fury slowly gives way to understanding and regret. With the truth now exposed, a significant shift takes place in the room. The hostility that once filled the air dissipates, replaced by guilt and sympathy. Jim, who was initially the target of their wrath, now becomes the recipient of apologies. People express remorse for their hasty judgments and misconceptions based on appearances. The crowd releases him from their accusations, their eyes softening with understanding. To atone for their misguided outrage, the community begins showering Jim, Carla and their newborn with gifts and well wishes. Soft toys, blankets, diapers and other baby essentials pile up around them, symbolizing the crowd's apology and goodwill. The atmosphere becomes charged with camaraderie, as the community unites in the face of truth and understanding. The story concludes on a heartwarming note. After an emotional roller coaster of judgment, misunderstanding and revelation, the new parents are finally able to leave the hospital. Their arms are laden with gifts and their hearts are filled with joy. What was once a chaotic and suspicious entry into the hospital is now replaced by a victorious exit. As they step out of the hospital doors, a trio emerges with their baby boy cradled between them. Their journey home, once dreaded, is now filled with anticipation and love. Carla, Jim and baby Robin, a family that had faced misunderstanding and judgment, now stand as a testament to the power of truth and understanding. They look forward to a future, a life together free from preconceived notions and baseless accusations. This episode, challenging and revealing, marks a new beginning, a fresh chapter in their lives as they embrace parenthood and the promise of unconditional love.